Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Claudia Jordan Wants Love, but it's too late. Let's get right into it.
I would feel like, why the hell ain't no one trying to scoop me up to save my life? Am I ugly? Are they better looking than me? Like, why are they getting saved and I'm over here working, taking on extra shifts now because she got Richard Gere that came and scooped her up and now she got an easy life and now I got extra corns on my toes and my back hurts because no one's saving me. So you have a very positive attitude. I would have been a little bitter like, why not me? Why not? I don't want to be irresponsible. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the goddamn cape. Somebody save me. I want to be Julia Roberts on Hollywood Boulevard in cheap shoes when some guy comes and saves me. I have worked hard since I was 14 and I had to pay. I'm sick of it, Erica.
I do understand.
It's a thankless
I understand
job
what you're
being
saying.
classy and independent. It's thankless. I've been dating since the 1900s and 80 something, and I'm still single. I'm tired, Erica. You found your man. Don't hate. Let me live this. Let me vent. You're off the strip. I am still on it. I'm in the trenches, and it sucks. I'm sick of being independent. I hate paying for my Range Rover, my other car, my mortgage insurance, my freaking cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi. I am sick of it. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough. So that's cute what she's doing. I'm not doing that. We are different. I'm tired. I've proven myself and it only impresses other women. She's like, oh, that's amazing. My friend's independent. These men don't care. Come and save me, some chic, minus the dookie. Just please come and save me. I'm tired. I'm tired, Erica. I don't want to do it no more. Where's my Melania? I want the Melania Trump plan. I'm sick. I've proven myself. Since 1988.
At 88.
I'm tired. I was 15 out of paper route.
Damn, that's a long time.
72 clients. 30-cent tip for some of you bastards in East Providence, Rhode Island on 2nd Street. I remember I gave you papers 7 days a week, and on Sunday you gave me a 30-cent tip. I'm tired. So I'm glad it worked out for you, but I'm not there.
Being a strong, independent woman since
Overrated.
1988 is a lot, Claudia.
Since Salt and Pepper came out.
That's a lot.
Since I was born, she's been an independent woman. I was born in 1988. That's my year. And, it surprises me. Well, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that a woman is in her 50s with, the modern ideology of feminism, finally wants to throw the towel in, okay? And what's interesting about all this is that she could have easily found a man that would have happily married her in her prime, but she waited till she was left over, and now she's like, I'm tired. Now she wants somebody with bad health to just take care of her. Take care of you for what reason, Claudia? See, the problem with a lot of women is, what's in it for the man? I see what's in it for you. You're tired. You don't want to work anymore. Okay, but what are you going to do for a man in exchange for that? Right? Too many women have this notion that if they just show up and beg for what they want, somebody's going to give it to them. Like, she really believes somebody's going to walk past her at some point in life and just give her what she wants. Because she wants it. Oh, I have a hard life. Somebody take me out of my hard life. Oh, my last boyfriend was trash. That means I deserve a good boyfriend now. That's not how it works. And I hope when I make these videos, my hope is that some women will see it and they'll realize that if they're in their 20s, about to enter their 30s, it's time to act with urgency. Stop playing around, because 30 turns into 40 real quick, 40 turns into 50 real quick, and now you're looking back and saying, damn, where all the time go? All my friends are married, everybody I know already had kids, started a family, and I'm in my 50s, no children, no husband, no hope. Do you really want to be like Claudia Jordan? I'm going to give her a little prop. She's a decent looking woman. She's decent. She's okay. Okay? She's all right. But she's clearly bitter. She's bitter because she thought if she got the job, got famous, that men are going to be throwing themselves to her, and that's not exactly how it happened at all. When you're a successful woman, you either date down or die alone. I'm going to say it again. When you're a successful woman, you have money, you got status, you either date down or die alone. We see exactly what's going to happen with Claudia Jordan. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Strong, independent woman since 1988 is a lot, Claudia.
Since Salt and Pepper came out.
That's a lot.
I'm tired.
Damn.
So yes.
Damn.
Excuse me if I'm a little frustrated. So I envy the girls that got taken off the pole, so to say.
Nobody said nothing about no damn pole.
But metaphorically.
Yeah, nobody said. What my point was, because here's the thing. The point was that this is a
take off the cape, Erica. We lost the election. We're not doing this anymore.
I'm not.
Soft life. Hookers are winning.
All about. No.
Hoes are winning. Hookers are in the White House again. First lady, if you will. I'm over it. It's no one cares. Nobody cares about independence anymore. But I respect it, but they don't.
I get it. But my point was that this gentleman's advice, I do not think that he was wrong. It's just that it's not long-term advice. And the problem with it is when you preemptively dip your toes into these luxury ponds, then all of a sudden you get hooked real fast.
Yes.
And you start jonesing.
Yes.
And you're like scratching,
yes.
When is my next luxury bag
I want
coming?
a Jones.
Oh Lord, where's my YSL? Can I get the Hermes? I'm twerking for her Birkin. And then you're just walking around and then the bag looks raggedy AF because you bring that bag everywhere because that is your entry into I am somebody. And after a couple weeks or so, maybe a month, it starts looking just as raggedy as this shit that you're playing. And it's all because you listened to some man on Instagram who told you this is the way to be a gold digger and you can only get your trial run for 36 hours and now you are up shit's creek.
Why so short, Erica? Why so short?
Because most men do not have a long period of time that they are going to maintain interest in you, especially if you drop the bartending gig just because he walked in and said he was going to give you the tip for the night.
Let these girls live, Erica. Not everyone is smart and went to good schools. There are a lot of women that are stupid and can't spell Wednesday. So for them, this is their plan. There's nothing else for these girls to do. They're not going to go on and split the atom. They can barely spell. They don't know how to spell airplane. So for them, this is a...
So, okay, I skipped around through this interview a little bit. I'm going to bring you guys back to what they're talking about. They're talking about a guy who gave advice to women. A man that gave advice to women on how to be a gold digger, all right? But what's funny to me, and she said it, a lot of women are twerking for a Birkin. Women are trying to sell their soul just to buy material goods. Materialism's so fascinating, women are willing to stake their life on it. I was reading a story about a woman who she was doing tax returns, right? She did like $3.5 million in fraudulent tax returns, like just was making stuff up. And anyway, she got $3.5 million back, and she's I guess she was an accountant, right? So she had a good job, and then she lied with her good job. Anyway, what they found out was she took the money that she did from those fraudulent returns and just bought stuff. Material goods. People are selling their soul for material goods. This is how you know you're dumb. You're stupid. If you get on your knees for some Hermes, you're an idiot. A lot of these products are made by sweat labor in China for cheap. I heard 50 Cent once said, he's like, I no longer buy luxury goods because I know how much they're their cost, and it's like a far cry from what they're sold for, right? I think it was said recently in there's a report about how it costs like Louis Vuitton $48 to make a $7,500 bag. Like the bag that they sell for $7,500, they pay $48 for it. You're being sold a lie. This idea of luxury and you're in a new class and you're upper class now. Like, take it from someone that came from affluence. I came from affluence. I grew up in a house that had a urinal. Yeah. I grew up in a house that had a urinal. Yes. And 2 kitchens. Yes. And 40 feet ceilings. Yes. With a chandelier. Yes. Okay? Yeah. Brand new house. We were the first people to live there. Not like a used car like a woman. Not like a used house like most people live in. A brand new house. And I'm telling you, all that material good thing that people think is worth everything is not more than family, is not more than connections and friendships and building a life with purpose. It's not more than that. But so many women don't believe that because they never had it. Y'all want something so fancy, so expensive, so bad that you will risk your life for. It's not worth it. But look, let's go back. There's this guy here, and he tells girls how to actually be a gold digger 101. We're going to watch it, and we're going to respond.
And has the answer. If you want to be a gold digger,
Oh.
he has advice.
Okay.
Here's how you be a gold digger. When you start to date a man, you need to pull back your time to prioritize making money and make that clear to the man so that he then has the brilliant idea to just cover your cost of whatever you were going to make when you were working. So if you're like, oh, sorry, I can't, I don't know, I'm a nighttime bartender or whatever, that man of means will say, well, how much do you make in a night? Just call in. Don't worry about it. And then he'll just pay for it. But, well, I can't call in. I got to work. He's going to go, well, don't worry, honey. I'll just cover your night so you can just come over here instead. And you're going to go, oh, really? You would do that?
In theory, that sounds good, but with the ratio not being beneficial to women right now, most men now would be like, well, fuck it, I'll call the next girl. They're not going to say, I'm going to pay for your shift. They'll be like, okay, go to work, honey. And they're going to call the next girl, and you're going to be mad at work, working hard, and your man screwing somebody else. And now he threw up your pH levels, and you got to go to the pharmacy. I'm just saying.
That is a tale of at least one tale. A tale of the tale. The tale of the tales? That's one tale. Another tale is. It's like, why am I so tongue-tied?
Because your flabber is busted, I think.
So he's not 100% wrong, but it's problematic for reasons that people don't consider. I know people are going to think it's problematic because he's saying, oh, you should be a gold digger and depend on a man, and that could be problematic in itself. But I'm going to leave the obvious alone because a lot of people aren't seeing this. What he's saying is, and he was very specific. He didn't say, oh, you're the CEO of a company. He said, oh, you're a bartender. Oh, like you're an overnight bartender.
Right.
So that implies that he believes that you're in a position where because you're an overnight bartender, that isn't a job that you can't just pick up another one of as if you were like, the CEO of a company or something like that.
It's not a career, it's more like a job.
Right. But what you really don't understand, and this is coming from someone who was an overnight bartender, so I worked in nightclubs until, we closed at 5 a.m. And that was a job that because of women who were put in those situations, hey, how much are you making a night? How about this? I'm just going to pay for you for the whole weekend not to work so that you can hang out with me and you're getting your paper. Thanks to those women making those decisions, that's how I was able to live the way and set myself up for some huge financial freedoms because they just constantly got out of my way. Because what you're doing, that's what you're doing. You're taking yourself out of the competitive pool. So every time I would start off with like 4 or 5 other bartenders, we would be at a main bar and slowly these girls would start to dissipate because men would come in and be like, hey, I want you to hang out with me and I'm going to pay for your weekend or your Friday night or whatever. Well, as promoters and people who are running businesses, they want people who are going to be reliable. So I was just constantly showing up until I started Working Point and I was pulling some big numbers when I was 21 years old in order to make sure that I had the best shifts so that I could provide the best lifestyle for myself. And what happens is when you come back and you're upset because I'm at Point and I'm making a certain amount of money because I'm consistent and reliable, no one is checking for you because they know that the next guy is going to come in and stand next to you and say, hey, how much are you making? And you're going to pull that same crap. But let me tell you, it doesn't just stop with the overnight bartender. No, because that can be your 20s, your 30s, 40s, whatever, however long you decide to bartend and make it that your career for the rest of your life, that is great. But just know that those same tendencies are going to follow you the rest of your life and you are going to be seen as an irresponsible and inconsistent person. And when you're looking at the people who made it, you're going to wonder why you weren't one of them. And that's because you decided to go with some man who offered to pay for your night.
It's tricking. It's funny because I think a lot of women think if you're rich, you're a trick. Like automatically they assume you're a trick. And the reality of it is a lot of women don't even like tricks. You know why? Because tricks are fat, sweaty, old, they're out of shape. A lot of tricks, the reason why they're tricking is because they got to. It's not really the man that you want. It's the man that you don't want, but has enough money to convince you to hang out with him a little bit. If I have to take my money and pay a woman just to spend time with me, I'm a loser. Do you understand that? Amongst men, I'm a loser. That's not fly. I'm not talking about the dudes who pay for an escort and, she comes over, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and she goes because he wants to save time. No, I'm talking about a man who can't get a girl to spend any time with him, so he has to pay for women to spend time with them. It's crazy to me because men will get the bag, you'll get the bag, and then you'll still turn around and beg for vagina. What is wrong with you, bro? Take that money. Get your fat ass in the gym. Hire a personal trainer like me. Get in shape. And then make women chase you. It's really simple. If you have that money, become extraordinary, brother. Don't become ordinary. Become extraordinary. Okay? That's my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? So, look, that guy's telling women how to simp. He's a simp. That method would never work on me, but I don't hang out at bars late at night hoping that the bartender's going to hang out with me and give me attention. That is a loser. And most of the time, he can't really stay with a girl long term. You know what I'm saying? Because he got to keep. Once you start that with women, they're going to always demand that. They're going to always want that. They're never going to say, oh, okay, yeah. That's going to be the new standard for them. They're going to always look at you like, all right, if you're not paying, I'm not staying. That's going to be the method for you. So to me, as a man, I mean, I know we're talking about Claudia Jordan and how she's 52. She's 52. And still begging for love, and, you know what I'm saying, she's jealous, and she clearly talks about all the trauma that she had, right? She had a lot of trauma, and I feel for her, you know, I really do. I have compassion for her, but it's her fault. It literally is her fault. She got herself in this position, and now you made your bed, now you got to lay in it, right? But on that side note, when it comes to men, please, get your money up, get your body up, get your health up, and dominate, bro. For real. Like, wasting your time trying to beg a girl, spend money, pay, go invest that into some business, bro. What? Yo. Because if you're a 52-year-old man, you still got it. I'm just saying, you still got it, bro. Yo, these dudes really don't know how to do it anyway. The world's confused, right? So, what else I gotta say, right? Let's listen to what Claudia Jordan, she's about to speak about the last time she was in a relationship.
I don't. My last relationship a couple years ago, I broke up with him the day after Valentine's Day because, like, the writing was on the wall. He was acting all weird because I feel like he snuck back with his ex, and instead of saying it, he made her excuse about having a migraine when we were out.
No.
I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
No.
I'm not doing this with you. So I broke up with him, and that was that. And that was my last boyfriend a couple years ago. But I'm not bitter, and I also still, regardless of all my horror stories in relationships, I am still very optimistic. Like, I still think that, you know, like, it can happen at any. I could be leaving today in the airport and meet my soulmate. You know, you never really know. Like, this is the age where a lot of the good guys that got married are going through their first or second divorce, and I'll be right here, baby, to comfort you through your pain. And hopefully that bitch didn't take all your money so you can spend it on me.
I have always said that, though. I do believe that your future husband or partner, however you want to move, is either getting out of a marriage or just hasn't realized that the end is near. I just think like, you give second wife energy. And I think that people shy away from that idea because it sounds like you're the second choice. No. You can't be the second choice if the man didn't know you when he married the first, okay? Yeah. But I do think that I have a few friends who they give second wife energy. And it's because in order for a man to step to you, there has to be some type of depth of knowledge about women, the way that they move, women who are very focused on, you know, I'm not saying independence like it's the cape that you wear, but just you've done all of these things and you have this depth of knowledge and experience. And like, sometimes men, especially when they're younger, need a partner who's going to bring them in that direction, but then they start to drift apart. Sometimes due to no fault of either one of them, they just moved in different directions. And I think for some men who haven't committed in that way, it's difficult for them to step to you because they don't have the emotional knowledge. They don't have that emotional depth. But a man who is committed, and maybe he didn't marry the woman, but he's committed to a woman long term and shared his life with someone, that's the type of partner that's coming your way. And I believe he's out there.
We shall see, because I've been on a dating app lately and it has been tragic.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to immediately get on dating apps.
When I tell you, I'm going to show you a little video I took of him. It was the screenshots. It's just terrible. They can't spell there correctly. Just I need you to have some grasp of the English language. I don't really, that's not being a snob, but it's like super red flags where it's like, are you lazy or are you ignorant? Like, you know, we're at this age, 40s and 50s, like you should be able to spell there.
No, I get it. I do believe
it's so sad that she's nitpicking for that. Like, lady, you're in your 50s. Like, no man is looking for a 50-year-old woman if he can help it. She needs to understand that. And her friend threw a subtle jab to her, but she decorated up so politely. Oh, yeah, you give second wife energy. Like, you can never, that to me is so offensive. It's like, you're the woman he chose, and she's like, I didn't mean like you wouldn't be your first wife. I was just saying, like, and she tried to dress it up and defend it. No, you pretty much said she's not deserving of being the first wife at her age. What you're really saying is she is long in the tooth. She is near the end. She is a used car. Yeah, she gives secondhand use. That's what she gives. And I want to talk about this because in fantasy land, this is a compliment. But in the real world where men actually exist, this is a knock. This is a dig. This is pejorative. I want to mention this too. Claudia Jordan talking about how she's optimistic about the future. In Fantasyland, the land that women live in, right? Because they don't live in the real world, they live in Fantasyland. In Fantasyland, delusion is optimism, right? Oh yeah, they're not delusional. Oh no, they're optimistic. Optimistic. Why do you believe life is going to keep getting better and better as you age? You believe that you're going to appreciate with time? It's laughable. You're getting older. You think you're going to appreciate why? But in Fantasyland, women get better with age. But in the real world, you guys age like milk. And it's because on a sexual marketplace, your value for men has to do with your youth and your fertility. You're not young anymore and you're not fertile anymore. So I'm really lost, Claudia, why you think you just deserve a man with money to take care of you. Like, it's so selfish. You've gotten here from being selfish, and you actually don't have a great track record. Your last boyfriend said he had a migraine just so he could get away from you and be with another girl. Think about that. I don't know why women want to be successful boss babes when this is the outcome. The outcome's so bad. Your experience on dating apps is bad. Your experience in real life is bad. You tell me that to be a boss babe, that ultimately you have to wait till you're in your late 50s to hope to get a man, and that's worth it? That's worth trading your youth, right? And your opportunity where you could get your best, like when you're in your prime, instead of chasing after a man then, it's better to wait till you're in your 50s to get this? Imagine that you're waiting your whole life for leftovers. And she's saying, oh yeah, hoes are winning. Hookers. This girl's an idiot. Claudia Jordan is one of the dumbest women I've ever seen in my entire life. She's talking about how hookers are winning, hoes are winning, and she's trying to make fun of Melania. She's trying to make fun of Melania because she knew Trump. Trump actually used to hit on Claudia Jordan's so old, Trump used to hit on her. That's how old she is. Trump actually, I think a long time ago, he tried to kiss her. Like he brought her to his house or whatever, and he gave her a tour, and during the tour, one in the rooms, he tried to kiss her, and she backed away, and she did a whole interview about it, and he never refuted it or whatever. But that's before he met Melania. Now he met Melania, and she turned into a wife. Melania seized you know what I'm saying? She seized the opportunity. She secured the bag. You fumbled the bag, and now you still talk about Melania because you're jealous. You make fun of her wig and whatever. You're jealous. You're old and you're jealous. You're washed up. You didn't have a better experience than anyone else. You had opportunities and you blew them all, but you're still optimistic. You're delusional. I'm sorry. It's over. It's way too late. Nobody's coming to save you, Claudia. I wish I had better news for you, but I don't. This is the truth. It's a hard pill to swallow. You can keep living in Fantasyland and believe that you appreciate with age, and that a man's he's gonna just run into you somewhere in the airport or whatever bullshit you think you're gonna just run into a man. Yeah. You think you're just gonna one day you're walking down the street and some rich man who got nothing going on for himself is gonna say, "You're gonna be my wife and I'm gonna take care of you." Only in Fantasyland. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel's blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.